What's up, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Sunday's a laid back day. Get ready for the work week. But I'm here giving y'all that knowledge, giving y'all these stories, giving y'all my opinions. Thank you for listening. Well, the FDNY, Fire Department of New York, bypassed the best firefighters to meet its diversity goals. If Fire Commissioner Dan Negro, wow, where are these people getting these names? Meets goals, he announced at City Council hearing last week more than half the city's firefighters will be minority members and 50% females by 2029. That's fine. But will they be able to put out fires? It's a fair question, because to meet goals, FDNY might have to bypass better potential candidates who had to be white or male, or perhaps lowered standards. Negro laid out his racial and gender targets after Speaker Corey Johnson blasted the FDNY as out of step with other city agencies when it comes to diversity. Out in the suburbs, mostly all of the fire department, and the volunteers, they're all white. I mean, I might have seen maybe one or two guys. I think I went to high school. One black guy that was trying to do the volunteer type thing, which is cool. In the city, in Philly, it's a little different. They do have some blacks working in the fire departments in the city, but I actually knew a girl. Her husband was working in one of them things, working in the fire department. He was telling about how the racial things and went on in the fire department. Well, I think a lot of it is, if their father was a great granddad was a firefighter. Oh, you would be a firefighter. It's a lot of nepotism and helping people out on the tests and stuff like that. Going on there. I mean, it's putting out fires, man. I don't think it's. I don't want to insult any firefighters, but I think even. I'm not even going to say that. Scratch that. But I think they can find, if that's what they want. But I don't think you should just have a 50% half minority members. What do you mean by half minority members? There's half the force. It should represent, if we're being real, it should represent the percentage of the city. You know what I mean? You shouldn't just have to artificially make up stuff. And what it's going to do, they're just going to hire more females, because you can kill two birds with one stone. You can have 15% female, then you can make sure they're a minority, and that'll kill two birds with one stone. And that's how they jam it to the black man. But that's a different story. Last year, the FDNY reported that 63% of its exam applicants were minority members, black, Hispanic, or Asian. Just 4 years earlier, it was 48%, and females last year made up 13% applicants, up from 6%. At the same time, the department has eased some physical standards. For instance, probees who fail to run 1.5 miles in 12 minutes can prove their aerobic fitness on a Stairmaster machine instead. It is quotas. Negro, of course, wouldn't call his diversity goals quotas, but he makes them a high enough priority as race and gender bean counters like Johnson would like. That's exactly what they'll be. I don't know if it's rocket science to put out a fire or not. I mean, it's certainly skilled. You got to be certainly in shape, definitely. I remember when I was in in my former life, I was a correction officer before I got into IT, and I remember we had to do that. We had to like one of our training was we had to put on the suit with the thing on the back, and crawl around like it was a smoke. They had a whole setup. It was like a big empty building, and we had to crawl through the wood space with the smoke going through and stuff like that. Go up a set of stairs and come back down. You know, in case like it's like if there was a fire in the jail and you had to go save the inmates, whatever. You know what I mean? So, and that was, you know what I mean, that was definitely physically taxing. Yeah, I will say the least. But you know, just hire the best people for the job, man. If you want to extra put a different face on, you know, on your FDNY, man, you gotta. I mean, you just gotta recruit, man. It's as simple as that. But it shouldn't just be any more than what. I mean, what the percentage of the people in the city. I know it's gentrified, getting gentrified left and right. So I mean, it's gonna be less and less anyways. I don't know, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, and part of it is, like I said before about that nepotism and, you know, the help out, the hookups. That's what's part of caused these reactions. You know what I'm saying? It should have always been best person for the job, man. It's not like it shouldn't have been. Yo, my dad was such and such, and then my great granddad was a such and such. It shouldn't be that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess, I mean, some families are different. It's like a family profession, but you know, that doesn't help out there, because you know what I mean. They'll all eventually just be all in there. You know what I mean? They just keep having babies. They keep making fires. But that's cool. But you know what I mean. We need the best people for the job. You know what I mean? Because when people's fire is going out, we don't want people that can't run or can't haul the equipment up there, man. You need to be qualified, and that should take precedence over skin color. Anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. Peace.